In recent years, the production house A24 has gained a cult following. In today's day, people want to see fresh storytelling in cinema in a world of franchises. Fairly so, independent filmmakers and underrated directors are given unrestricted creative liberty for their visions to come to life. So far, we've seen bizarre but genius films and TV shows like Everything Everywhere All at Once, Midsommar, and Civil War. Love Lies Bleeding is a film like this. It's an ode to maniacal desire and how, if left untamed, it can prove to be deadly. In this marvelous video, let's dive into the plot of this sapphic romantic thriller as we explain the ending. Spoilers ahead! Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you! Let's begin.
This here's Jackie.
Hi.
She needs a job. Says she'll do anything.
Yeah, you like guns?
Not really.
What the fuck you doing?
Exploring the plot and characters of the film. The director, Rose Glass, previously gave audiences odd masterpieces like Saint Maud in 2019. Her movie Love Lies Bleeding leads its viewers into a strange world of erotically charged dynamics and psychedelic persecution. The story is set in the neon-saturated year of 1989. The film opens with a view of male bodies drowning in sweat as they push their bodies beyond their limits for workout after workout. Amidst all this raging testosterone lies the beginning of a blazing romance. We get our first look at Lou, brilliantly played by Kristen Stewart. She is aggressively unclogging a gross toilet, which sets the tone right away. The movie promises us a lot more vomit, blood, hateful violence, and sex that is yet to come. Lou leads a monotonous life in a small town in New Mexico. She seems to have only one friend, Daisy, whose teeth are a true testament to her love for meth. Lou tolerates her but doesn't realize that Daisy is totally infatuated with her, to the point of being stalkerish. Everything changes when Lou meets Jackie, a buff woman played by Katie O'Brien. Jackie is portrayed as a punky, muscular woman who is aware of how majestic she truly is. Shown to be a nomad, Jackie passes through Lou's town on her way to the Las Vegas bodybuilding competition. Unbeknownst to her, Jackie sleeps with Lou's brother-in-law, JJ, in exchange for a job at a shooting range run by Lou's father, Lou Sr. Jackie begins working at the shooting range, which isn't ideal, but she desperately needs a job. Jackie preferred to rely on her own brute strength, believing that anyone can feel strong hiding behind a piece of metal. Still, Lou Sr. teaches Jackie how to work a handgun. It's also revealed that Lou Sr. runs a lucrative but highly illegal business of smuggling weapons over the borders of Mexico. Also, it's made clear that JJ only knows how to treat women with the worst kind of contempt and disrespect. But back to the sapphic lovers. The movie blesses us with the sweaty montages of Jackie working hard in the gym, striving towards achieving her dream physique, a sight that doesn't go unnoticed by Lou. From the moment the two meet, their attraction for each other is undeniable, as their fiery spark is fed by passionate desire. Lou views Jackie as a woman who can take on anyone and crush them with her strength if she wishes to do so. On a whim, Lou offers Jackie steroids, which would make her more muscular, increasing her chances of winning the competition. The day after they first meet, Jackie asks to live in Lou's apartment. The two of them spent their time relishing their queerness as they began living together. But during their euphoric honeymoon, darkness began to spread. An agonizing helplessness simmered under Lou's stoic exterior, a performance that was perfectly delivered by Kristen Stewart. Jackie is our audience's glimpse into Lou's dark past. Soon, instead of preferred passions, tensions arise. It was revealed that the only reason Lou stuck around in that town was because of her sister Beth, who was married to JJ. Beth was completely blind to her husband's abuse, although she was the one bearing most of it. Lou's dark past and crippling anxieties confronted her all at once, while Jackie's increasing steroid abuse replaced her spark with something much more sinister. It only got worse when Beth ended up in the hospital after being severely injured by her scumbag of a husband. Lou couldn't hold her loathing for JJ in anymore, raging and screaming while Jackie watched. We can see the steroids slowly start to take over Jackie. She's a menacing sight to behold as as her muscles bulge beyond their natural capacity. In a fit of steroid-induced vigilante justice, she hunts JJ down after deciding to take matters into her own hands. Jackie beats JJ to a pulp before smashing his head into the coffee table, which dislodges his entire jaw and effectively kills him. Lou arrives at the gory crime scene, and together they drive to the edge of a ravine, a spot that Lou seems familiar with. The only person who witnesses them driving away is Daisy, who feels envious of Jackie's closeness with Lou. The couple push JJ's car and corpse into the ravine and set it on fire. As the smoke curls up into the sky, the two embrace, unbeknownst to what awaits them. The way Lou goes about it hints that this isn't her first murder scene cleanup. It gets uglier, while Jackie, suffering from the first signs of steroid-induced psychosis, imagining herself to be unnaturally muscular as she fantasizes about winning the bodybuilding competition, her only dream. Her rage and violent tendencies are brought on because of the drugs, as she wounds Lou during an argument and runs away from home yet again. At the bodybuilding competition, Jackie is stripping hard. She gets onto stage and poses gracefully, showing off her impressive physique until she gets sick and regurgitates Lou whole. Obviously, this is what she hallucinates. In reality, she throws up on stage. In a fit of rage, she assaults another competitor and gets arrested. Meanwhile, Daisy, armed with information on JJ's murder, blackmails Lou, forcing her into an intimate relationship with her. The deranged Lou Sr., who has been a background player in the series of events, steps forward to bail Jackie out, only to force the woman to kill Daisy, as she is the sole witness and could jeopardize everything Senior has worked for. Much to Lou's dread, she arrives at her apartment with Daisy hanging off her arm. A splatter of blood in her face tells Lou that Daisy has been shot in the face with a silenced pistol shot by Jackie. A panicked Jackie bolts while poor Lou is left to clean another one of her girlfriend's messes. Jackie makes it back to Lou's father, who bludgeons her in the head and knocks her out.
Are you threatening me?
Yep.
Ending explained. Does Lou confront her estranged father? The person she loves with her entire heart is in danger. It's revealed that Lou was an accomplice in the murders of her father's rivals. We see a heartbreaking scene of a young Lou being forced to shoot a man point blank in the head. The bodies of these men were thrown into the ravine, a sight that Lou had witnessed several times before JJ's murder. The scenes that involved Lou's past are shown bathed in an eerie red light, with Lou Sr. looking as crazed as a criminal lord can look. But Lou had long stepped away from that life and even believed that she was free of her father's activities. However, the person she loves with her entire heart is in danger. With Jackie at stake, Lou threatens to expose her criminal father. While investigating JJ's disappearance, the FBI stumbled across the other bodies that lay at the bottom of the ravine. To protect everything he had worked hard to build, Lou Sr. plans to get Jackie arrested on the charges of double homicide. This is his attempt to throw off the FBI and put the murders of Daisy and JJ behind them. Undeniably, Lou is much like her father, who would go to inexcusable lengths to protect the ones he loves. Similarly, even though she distanced herself, Lou is still very much under her father's thumb and knows only how to function like her father. We see the extent of her father's madness when he sends a sellout cop to kill Lou in her own apartment. Lou proceeds to drive into her worst nightmare, her father's manor. She runs into her sister Beth, who screams at Lou for killing her husband, claiming that she knows nothing of love, unaware of the fact that the man who claimed to love her would eventually kill her. Beth isn't able to see the harsh reality of her situation, which still lies fresh in her mind. The facade of a happy family she had worked so hard to build had shattered. Beth blames her sister, calling her a monster. This proves to be a pivotal point in the story, as Beth is the only reason why Lou stuck around in her forsaken hometown. She even had fantasies about killing JJ herself and liberating her sister from his abuse. But now, there was truly nothing that held her down. This was her chance to escape the darkness of her secret-filled family. Lou finally finds Jackie tied up, but upon being freed, the estranged woman pulls a gun on her savior. The thought of Lou cheating on her with Daisy kills her, and the reality of her actions so far finally settles in. Jackie murdered people in cold blood. Do the intentions justify the means at all? But the two reconcile and reassure their love for one another. Lou finally confronts her dad, who shoots his own daughter in the leg. In their final confrontation, Lou accuses her father of killing her mother. Her mother had approached the FBI, claiming to have inside information on her husband's illegal operations. Surprisingly, Lou Sr. denies this, claiming that his wife was still alive but no longer wished to be part of their lives, given their bloody actions. He tells her this while twisting her finger in Lou's bullet wound, cruelly torturing his own blood. But there's way too much evidence that could counter his denial. Lou's mother disappeared shortly after she approached the FBI. Lou Sr. also proved himself to be the maniacal villain, going as far as sending a hitman after his own daughter. What happens next is the perfect dose of magical realism we've been craving all along. Jackie, on hearing the agonized screams of her lover, begins growing. She walks into the scene as a 50-foot-tall giantess and pick up Lou Sr. She breaks his limbs while Lou shoves the barrel of the gun in her father's mouth. This is only symbolic. Jackie didn't physically grow in size. Many believe that this scene was meant to represent Jackie fully stepping into her strength and relying on it. Substance abuse or dependence cannot be rid of so quickly, but the first step often involves believing in one's own capability. By this point, the police, who have been exposed to the whole truth, are fast arriving. Lou settles on not killing her father, and the two flee. They are shown running through ethereal clouds of violet and indigo. They float through the bliss of their love, while in reality, they drive into their foreseeable future, away from the mess that they once lived in. Jackie sleeps beside Lou when suddenly a creepy thud from the trunk is heard. We believed that Jackie had managed to kill Daisy, but she was still alive. With a nonchalant face, Lou finishes the job by strangling the poor woman who once loved her, ensuring that she's truly dead. Lou was now a woman desensitized to killing. She might continue killing if her love is threatened. The closing shot is Lou struggling to drag Daisy's body into the desert. This task would have been a cakewalk for Jackie if she had been awake. Rose Glass took the title of a strong female character in an entirely horrific direction. The result was Jackie, a jacked woman obsessed with getting bulkier. In fact, her steroid use is the most essential metaphor that runs through the film. Love Lies Bleeding is a story of addiction and obsession. We all see the characters struggling with it. Lou struggled to give up her nicotine addiction, which also represented her difficulty in living behind the cruel life she lived with her father. Jackie grew increasingly dependent on steroids to feel stronger. It was revealed that Jackie had either run away from home or been cast out for reasons unrevealed. Daisy was obsessed with Lou, and even Beth struggled to leave her ruined marriage with JJ, a circumstance that is common in victims of abuse. Rose Glass really relished the Americana of it all with the dry wind landscape of the West, which creates an atmosphere rich with mystery and suspense. The film struck the right balance of sporadic horror with a few jarring jump scares thrown in, as well as a slow build-up to the ultimate ending. The higher the tensions increase, the more uncomfortable the viewer is meant to feel. Will there be a sequel? What possibility does the future hold? A24 is known to be an independent entertainment company, so the possibility of a sequel relies on how well the first movie performs. Oftentimes, filmmakers refuse to create sequels for the simple fact that it would be like recreating the same story again, but with a subpar plot, which can never live up to its predecessor. In this case, Love Lies Bleeding makes more sense as a standalone movie. But if we're throwing ideas around, maybe the sequel could portray Lou and Jackie's past catching up to them. They might be able to move on and make a life for themselves somewhere else, but suddenly find themselves face to face with the consequences of all their actions. What if Lou gives into another killer's instinct and perpetuates her father's crime empire? A sequel could possibly explore their relationship with even more detail. Their attraction was a flame that burned too fast and bright. Who's to say it might continue holding together? The nature nature of Lou and Jackie's relationship has proved to be quite destructive. Considering the harrowing ordeals both of them have been through, would their love really be able to conquer it all? The movie ended with a firm finality. How else could this story possibly perpetuated? All that could happen has already passed. But given the erratic nature of cinema and how movies perform, anything is possible.
They found a body.
Looks like you've got your hands full.
Marvelous verdict. Love Lies Bleeding is a pulpy display of violence that is undoubtedly on its way to becoming the next queer cult classic. As the Oberlin review states, the cottagecore era of quiet lesbian period pieces is over. But can that really be replaced by gory, action-packed thrillers instead? The film takes its viewers on a roller coaster of emotions, spiking desires, fears, and sympathy for the tortured protagonist. The cinematography and eerie soundtrack are entirely immersive, taking us back a few decades and into the unconventional and bloody love of Lou and Jackie. Do you think a sequel is likely at all? If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone!